Okay, big question this week. Who is to blame for that result at Coventry? Forward a line, it says the only people to blame are the so-called experts, pundits, podcasters, YouTubers and bookies who think we're all going to compete for the automatic playoffs. In reality, this Birmingham team is about 8th to 15th in quality, and many of our signings were big risks. Is that tweet correct? Welcome back to Where Blues Walk. It's 20 minutes of Birmingham City chat where we chew over all the results of this famous historic club. We've got Adam and Paul back with us. Coming up this week, we are asking, do we all need a reality check? Is this team just going to be happy with mid-table this season? Is that okay for us? We're talking about the fixture computer in terms of the midweek fixtures. How unfair has it been to Blues? And the EFL want to change the playoff to 8th place. Is that good for football? Thanks so much for joining us at the end of this. We're also opening up the Birmingham City A to Z. Who gets in it for the letter A for you? This is one player which I don't think Adam and Paul, given the weekend, are going to be putting in for the letter A. Well, let's get their views on it. Adam, how are you? Where do you start with that?
I think we just need to brush over it, to be honest, and just move past it.
Should we just talk about Sheffield Wednesday? Yeah, okay.
I think that's the best way we could do it. I mean, as soon as we went 1-0 down, I knew that this team ain't going to get back in that game, regardless with 10 or 11 men on the pitch. We were never going to get back into it.
Are you resigned? Is that first post that we had on here now? Have your expectations come down now from the first start of the season? Or?
I think my expectations were too high in the first place because I think when we spoke about the transfer window, I said we've bought 12, 13 players in and spent. We haven't even spent 10 million. So you're looking at like £800,000 on average a player spread over the 12. I know it don't work like that, but you're not getting star quality, are you, for that? And we weren't going to jump from that league up and all of a sudden be challenging at the top. I think a lot of fans were deluded. The media were deluded. I think everyone's thinking we were going to spend millions upon millions, and it never happened. So.
Yeah. Is it me though, Adam, or are all your goals you concede? Well, it looks like it from I watch. They come from silly mistakes. Blackburn, arguably Leicester, some of the Coventry ones here. Is the defence worse this season than it was last?
I just think the opposition are better, and the defence last season wasn't really put under any test as to what they are now. The keeper. I feel like the keeper made one or two blunders again at Coventry. I feel like he could have done a bit better with some of them shots and stuff. But yeah, we're being put under more test this season than what they were last season. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for your mate Lyndon Dykes, then let's be fair, Blues would be.
I don't know.
You'd be near the relegation zone, wouldn't you? I mean, you missed it last week. We've got to ask you about it. I mean, you were wrong on him, weren't you?
Listen, I'm telling you now. Listen, for 10, 15 minutes in a game, I'm all right with him. For 90 minutes or whatever,
okay.
No, it beats more.
Okay, right. We won't ask you anymore. On the right. KRO Paul says lots to talk about. There's lots of points here, so let me try and break them down for you. He says Avata is being carried through games. Stano does not do enough to want the ball. He only looks good chasing. BOS is way off it. Cashin is the slowest player I've ever seen. Cochran isn't athletic enough. And more importantly, Davis isn't being brave enough. I'll get to that last point in a minute with both of you. But, on there, I mean, what do you agree with and what do you disagree with?
He's probably not as far off the mark of a lot of them. I think a lot of it is. Awata is joining a league that he's never been in before. So you've got to expect some players are going to need bedding in, getting used to it. And I think it's just we're playing against opposition that are just better. Last season we were the best team in the league by a mile, and given space, especially defensively, our defence had all the time in the world because everyone put 11 men behind the ball and stayed there. Didn't press us, didn't try and come and attack us. And these teams in the championship have thought, well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to sit back and let them have the ball. Because when you press us and you pressure us, we struggle. We can't get into a rhythm, and we don't do anything with the ball quick enough to cause a threat.
How much of a problem is Avatu becoming though? Because it seems a weekly discussion, doesn't it?
I personally don't think Iwata is the problem. I think the style of play that we do is the problem. I think you could put anyone in that midfield. They're told to play a certain way, and if the way that we play, the other team come and counter it, then I don't think it matters who's in there. It just isn't going to work.
Mm. I mean, take nothing away from Coventry, Adam. They're a decent side, aren't they? They're up there for a reason. They're not. You're not the only team they're going to beat 3-0 at home.
Yeah,
They beat QPR 7-0. So context is everything. But yeah, is Chris Davis got a bit of a problem?
I think just on the Iwata thing, I just don't think we can play Iwata and Paik because none of them really look for forward balls. It's very much side or backwards balls. So I think one of them has got to be dropped. To be honest, I think you could drop either of them at the minute. I don't think either of them are really doing a fat lot to hold their shirt in the starting 11. But yeah, listen, Coventry are a good team, but I mean, to go there and just play the way we did, bar the Ipswich game, first game of the season, we haven't really put in a solid performance anywhere else.
I think that's the biggest problem. I think the fact it's the way we lose. It's not the losing. Coventry are a good side. They're going to be pushing for possibly the top 3, top 2 positions. We go there and we just roll over. We just let them take it. There's no fight. I remember watching the Blues and we'd celebrate tackles as much as we'd celebrate goals, and we just don't have that. It just doesn't happen.
I think if you take 6 points out of our, was it 10 on the board? 6 of them are last minute goals.
Yeah.
Blackburn away, Swansea at home. Take them 2 lucky goals out the equation. I think people are shadowing over that and forgetting that we haven't been good in a lot of games now. We really haven't. Stoke away, we wasn't very good at either. Leicester, again, not very good. Swansea at home, got lucky with a last minute winner there.
How much pressure is he under, Adam? And is he right to be under pressure?
I'm it's a bit too soon at the minute. But I think if we go into the start of November and we haven't picked up many points, then I can see the board thinking we're going to have to fire the gun before January's transfer window.
Do you agree, Paul?
Yeah, I think football is more and more. The managers don't get time anymore, do they? I don't agree with it. I think managers, the best time you get out of managers when you give them time, but fans and owners just don't. That's just not football anymore. So if you're not where they want, and I think with this ownership at the moment, I think they want to move pretty quickly in getting to where they want to be. So I don't think Davies will get the time to do.
The thing is, if they want to move quicker, then they should have spent more money in the transfer window.
I agree. I think
that's a good point, isn't it? Because would any other manager come in and do better? Because
no, you can't sign 8 players on free transfers and expect them to come in and start romping this league, regardless who their name is and where they've come from.
I think it's the backroom staff. I think it's an inexperienced backroom staff as well. I think they should have looked at bringing in some more proven assistants and coaches and people that know this level. And I just think I go back to Jonathan Grounds being a set piece coach. Jonathan Grounds probably isn't even the best player in his own house, but the best set piece coach in his own house.
Okay.
And I arguably think the winger that we've got that can deliver a ball into the box best at the minute, who's on loan from Sunderland, sits on the bench every week at the minute. I mean, come on, you got to start putting him in the starting 11. You got a lad on loan from Wolves who's got another team promoted, very good player, sits on the bench every week.
Yeah, Tommy Doyle sitting on the bench, I think is criminal. I think it's, and I thought the same last season with Leonard. I used to sit there watching us play with Leonard sat on the bench, thinking, bring someone on who's does something a bit creative. Let's look for some breaking some lines and some forward passing.
Is he under scrutiny more so because of the fixture this Friday, Paul? I mean, billed as the Hollywood derby as it is, and that irks you two as born and bred Blues, but with the eyes of the American soccer on that game, if he was to lose heavily to Wrexham, do you think it could be as soon as the weekend that the conversations start to happen?
I don't think so personally. I don't think as a Blues fan, I don't look at when the fixture list didn't come out. I didn't go, oh, when are we playing Wrexham? I know the board might and the fans that have joined in after the Amazon documentary might look for that fixture, but I think the Wrexham game is just as important as any other game this season. I don't see it any higher than anything else, and I hope that the board don't see it the same way. I hope that they just think, well, it's Wrexham, and if I'm honest, we should beat them. They're a team that we should be looking at. Coventry are an established, decent side in this league, but teams like Wrexham and Sheffield Wednesday and people like that, I think they're the teams we've got to take advantage of and we've got to get points against.
Well, we know Tom Brady, Adam, from that documentary, what does he talk about in the back of that cab? It's just, beating Wrexham, isn't it? For the board, this is an important game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I think they'll see this as a very important game. I think the next two are. I think if you don't come out of this with at least 4 points, I do think he'll be very much back against the wall. He'll be in trouble looking over his shoulder. There's no two ways about that. And I think we should be coming out of this with minimum of 4 points. You really should be beating Sheffield Wednesday. There's no two ways about that. They're a team that have been peppered. Their squad has this, and they've not spent a penny. They're full of kids. You should be turning them over. Wrexham have spent a lot of money, but their manager's under huge pressure as well at the minute. They're not exactly pulling up any trees. So I'd like to think we should be able to go and have enough to turn them over. I personally want 6 points out the next two games.
I'd rather get one over Barry Bannon than get one over Wrexham.
Yeah, listen, 4 points is minimum for me the next two games. If we don't come out of these next two games with 4 points, I will start looking at them and thinking, something's not right.
I just like to see something different, a plan B, something that just is different to, even if it was another loss, but you go, hold on a minute, we've had some shots on target and we battled hard then.
We never had a shot on target again. I know we was down to 10 men for a large majority of that game, but Lyndon Dykes up front, mate. You were never going to have a shot on target.
Well, I think Dutch showed how you should be leading the line against Swansea, and then obviously pulls up injured before the game on the weekend. But yeah, but I think Lyndon Dykes is a nice one to throw in at the end of the game when he can put his head on some last minute, which he's done. But he's not a player that I would be starting.
Okay. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about other matters which could affect Blues going ahead in the future. The EFL this week have announced that the Championship playoffs may be extended to 8 teams. I just want to get your thoughts on this as a team that potentially could benefit from this. Maybe if this came in next season. Adam, no one's asked for this. No one thinks it's needed, but. Is this good?
We keep messing with football. No. Listen, if you finish 8th in the league, there's no way you should be in the Premier League the next season. It's absolutely. I mean, we're just messing with football all the time. It's been fine for years and years and years, and now all of a sudden they've got VAR in. Now they want this, they want that. What's it going to be next? We're going to split the game into 4 quarters. That'll be next, I can guarantee you.
Unless we finish 8th, and then I'm all for it.
Listen, I'd be embarrassed if we went up back finishing 8th.
I wouldn't care if it did it and we went up 8th. I'd just go, yeah, we're up. I'm not bothered what anyone thinks anymore.
Rewarding teams for finishing
I don't want it to happen.
Giving them the chance of the big times. That's ridiculous. Imagine some of the teams that will go up that finished 8th potentially.
Well, potentially it's one game at Wembley, isn't it? If you manage to get through.
But yeah, it's not something that I'd want. I think it's. I like the playoffs the way it is. I think it's a good little system at the moment. It doesn't need to add. You might as well just have a big playoff and scrap the whole season and just go, all right, then we'll all just play each other once and the winner goes up.
Okay. Midweek fixtures are back, as we said. Now you play 4 teams twice over the course of those 9 away games. The 9 midweek fixtures. You've got Sheffield Wednesday twice, Preston home and away, Millwall home and away, QPR home and away. So some big journeys there. Paul, have you got the squad to cope with this? I know you had 46 games last year, but these are a little bit more higher intensity. Where's your squad at in terms of being able to now cope back with 2 games a week?
Well, you'd like to hope that it is, but it doesn't. The way that Davis uses his teams, it doesn't seem like he wants to switch it up too much. So I don't know if we have got the squad to be playing it the way that he wants to.
Yeah. Adam?
watching how he done it last season, we pretty much started the same 11 throughout the whole season. He never changed much. I don't think he'll change much again. I think he should. I really do think he needs to go back to the drawing board now, but I don't see it.
Okay. All right. Finally, then, this week, let us know in the comments. You'll help us out with this one. We're starting an A to Z of Birmingham City history. Yes, one encyclopedia with one page per letter of the alphabet through A to Z. And we're asking you, on that first page for A, who's the most significant person or building or sponsor or anyone to do with Birmingham City that should go in there? AI threw up, Mr. Allsop. I'm wondering if you at home or these two can come up with anything more significant in Blues history. Paul?
Well, the ground is it's St Andrews, isn't it? So that's the one that popped into my head, whether that counts. And then second was Dele Adibola, was who I thought straight away, that the striker from when I was a kid watching. So
good shout.
Gary Ablett was another one that popped into my head. So
that's two good shouts there. All right, that's much better than Ryan Allsop. Adam?
Well, probably the best bit of our history since I've been alive. I'm going to go with beating Arsenal 2-1.
Well, yeah.
In the Carling Cup, and also probably one of my favourite midfielders. I remember growing up as a kid, Aliou Cisse. I used to love that. I love that bloke. He was class. Him and Savage in the midfield were just.
Okay.
What
I think
you
we'll
want.
have to count St Andrews as an S, Paul. So we'll go with we're beating Arsenal. Yeah, you know, put Aston Villa in there now.
Never heard of them.
Mention that again.
Okay, right.
Don't know who that is.
Just checking. Okay, famous victories over them. Away fans as well. We need to mention that as an A as well, because I think Birmingham have got a fantastic group of away fans and always have done that travelled the country as well. So yeah, shout out for you as well. Right, thank you very much, Adam. Thank you, Paul. We'll see you the other side of hopefully 6 points, beating Sheffield Wednesday, and then the winning the Hollywood. I can't call it the Hollywood Derby. I'm refused to call it the Hollywood Derby. Yeah, the away game at Wrexham this Friday night. We're watching live on Sky. Make it a good one, and we'll see you back here 7 days through it all. Thank you very much for watching. Drop us a sub before you go. Thanks all.